Two, three.
Hi, I'm going to start 2 seconds. We're going to go live right now on YouTube.
Great. Thank you. Hi, Brent. Welcome aboard. Ameje, I would like to, I will, whenever you, as soon as you get the microphone, just like Victoria, I would like to know, in your case, Ameje, the right pronunciation of your name. Okay? Uh, you are in, and I wanted to know if you are in Nigeria, actually. So let's see. I'm gonna try to invite you to speak. Oh, okay, you already have a phone, a microphone.
Yes,
Also, Brent.
yes, Carlos. Over here in Nigeria, it is midnight, so I will say good morning.
Hi, Victoria. I saw you. Hello. Hi, what's the right pronunciation, the perfect pronunciation of your name? Let me guess. Let me guess first. Is Ameje? Ameje?
Yes, you're right. Yes.
¿Qué? Oh my goodness! What I wish I wish I was playing Powerball. I will have won $1 million. Right.
Obviously, you've got good sense of pronunciation. I'm shocked. A lot of people say
Oh
amazing,
my,
but I'm surprised. That's good.
Amazing. Okay, perfect. Anyway, in case I win the Powerball, I promise you I will share 50% with you because the name is yours. The guessing is mine, but the name is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
Let's
much.
try to.
Hey, everybody. So we are live right now. I just gave Rachel the uh, microphone. Hope to get her on. Excited to get to know her. And welcome. Hi, Victoria, Vicky. Hey, Brent. And I'm AJ. I've been calling him Jesse. I've called him Jay.
Yeah,
But
Jesse is very okay. Jesse is my name. I like that. Amije is my surname, so any you call it's very okay by me.
yeah, because I researched you and you have such a beautiful voice and your music. There's a whole other part of him you guys don't even know about. I was just like, oh my God, this is the same person. And I had to double and triple check. I looked through your Linktree account. I looked through everything. So incredible, inspirational voice. You know what it is? I have a friend that he promotes gospel concerts. And I was like, oh my God, like I put this in front of Steve. Because you're like a perfect, because gospel music is huge here. Huge. I don't know, you know that. Like they have big concerts. Beautiful. A lot of people show up. So
Yeah.
um good morning, Rachel. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm happy to be here. How are you all doing?
Doing fantastic. We're so happy that you both are here, and I'm excited to meet you. And I would love to know more about your organization and what what we can do to help you over here. I got a collaboration that I'd love to talk to you offline about, and it's so funny. I'm actually working on a project that it was working, but we couldn't really do much because we want to raise money. And my client, who is the founder of this organization, but she's not in Africa. Actually, she was looking at Nigeria, and so we're moving everything to um, Jamaica. But it's kind of like she wants to find organizations so that she can help. We want to raise awareness. So I'm building her a huge website, and we're just doing a bunch of stuff. And we're like, it's kind of weird how people come into your life, and it all starts with Twitter Spaces because you never know what the conversation leads to, right? And the funniest thing is, I'm just randomly sitting in this space. I wasn't even supposed to talk that much. And then people were popping in. And so Jesse started talking about his work. And then I saw his pen tweet. And I was like, anything to do about women empowerment. That's my keyword. I'm all about that, especially when it comes to young girls, or give them, hope and empower them. So I was watching all that, and I was like, yes, I want to know more about this. And then that's how we created. I invited him, and I was playing to you, Jesse, offline. It was like, it's really about you, about your art, and also it's great that we can bring the founder of the nonprofit on to share more about her journey, because I think people will donate and buy and invest in pieces that tells a story behind each piece. So our goal at NFTs for a Cause is to create that story conversation And Carlos, you do not believe what I just looked at today. I have literally live streamed every single Twitter Spaces I've been on, so it's like 431 files. I didn't even know that was meant that anyone can do that many files. But I have 431 shows. So I have all our shows. And so StreamYard is the one I use now, you know. So StreamYard allows you to cut up snippets. So I'm gonna add you to my team so you can have fun with it. I think it's really important. So it goes out to YouTube, it goes to all kind of stuff.
I'm so grateful for that gigantic effort on your part, because I think this kind of information here will become greater, will be growing in importance in the future as the years pass by. And if Twitter keeps these files on, and just like audio library, just like for years, it will be useful. You know that I would love to find, to see if we can have you know, there is a, I don't know if you have heard about Frank Messina. Frank, I don't remember if the name is Frank, but the last name is Messina, who is the guy who accidentally invented the hashtag, the written
Oh
hashtag.
yes, yes. I know who you're talking about, the pound button. Yes. You know
Yeah,
how long it took to actually say hashtag?
exactly, the pound. He was accidental. They were talking about, for example, fish, and he said, "Hey, why we don't antepone and put before the word fish? Let's put the pound sign, so it will be easier for the search engine." And it worked. And he created. Actually the inventor of the hashtag. And you know how many million of hashtags per second actually are written in the web? About 100,000 or hashtags per second. Okay, including every different, I just like Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I mean, because hashtags are now officially used everywhere. And I would love to talk to him. He must be sick and tired of telling the story. Because there is nothing. It was just like Newton watching the apple fall. You know, it's just like it was accidentally, totally. It was not a project or something. But the important thing related to our interest is that I had the opportunity to talk with him through direct messages, and I asked him if he thought it was possible. Imagine this. Can you imagine? Because we have, for example, 44 episodes, okay? And we have a Meje today, okay? Can you imagine that it's possible developing the future, the audio hashtag? Wouldn't it be incredible that, for example, you can get into our library and put pound a Meje, or audio pound, or I don't know how would be the, and maybe the artificial intelligence could find the actual audio places where it just like in the books, even in the 800s, in the 1700s, you know, many books have an alphabetical list at the end of the book. And so if the book names George Washington 7 times,
Yeah,
it
but
appears
Carlos, you know, the way I do things is like once I post something, because of how many times I have done it across the internet, it usually get indexed by Google or any platform like within a few days actually. Like the image that we use for this promo, you'll find it if Rachel just Google her name. So let's just go ahead and start. So I wanna
exactly. Go ahead. Sorry.
what is it, Carlos?
No. Go ahead. Let's start properly with the plan, and let's start talking about the Rachel Nalu's cause today, and our guests.
But the hashtag is so important. But I know I'm sorry. I think I cut you off on that story. By the way, I'm sorry about that.
No. What I was thinking is I think it will be wonderful in the same way that in the old books you could have just like this kind of prehistorical Google search, because you can take a book which comes with this index of matters at the end. You search its alphabetical thing, and it said Tonya Scholz, and it says Tonya Scholz 17, 32, 114, and 200. That means you appear 4 times in that book, and they give you the page Of course, you have to read all the page and oh, here it is, 20 shots. You know what I mean? So imagine that we can do that with audio. That you give me an audio 1 hour and a half, okay, and we mentioned Elon Musk 4 times or 5 times, and I said audio hashtag Elon Musk, and imagine that instantly I can get in which minute of our recording are the mentions of Elon Musk. That's a dream I have. I would like to see that working because I think that
I
would
think
be.
it's just happening now. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
like Alvin is the
it's
one that
already working. It's already working like that because I
yeah. There's
started.
one right now that it can like remove. It transcribes everything already. It removes the whatever word you don't like, and then when you hit replay, all that's disappeared. So you don't hear the person's
Okay,
name.
okay. No, because I've been 2 years or 3 years talking about this idea. So probably in the last 3 years, with the advance of ChatGPT and everything, and all these GPT languages, of course, maybe it's becoming possible. I would like to know, Rachel, the pronunciation, like asked for the Amelia ones, is what's the proper pronunciation of your name, especially the second name is Nalubulwa, Nalubulwa,
Yeah, yeah, it's Nalubura.
Nalu,
Nalubura, Rachel.
Nalupura, Nalupura, okay, and
Yeah.
Rachel, okay, perfect, thank you. And well, you can start,
Okay,
Tonya,
so
with
let me go
the.
ahead and start. So welcome to NFTs for a cause. Before we start, um, I'm gonna mute you for a second there, co-host. Your mic is open. So when just quick housekeeping, if you're gonna grab the mic, just know we are recording this space and we're live streaming it, and you're allowing us to use your audio and your profile picture on any promo that we might use in the future to promote the event tonight. So again, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. I had a privilege to meet Jesse in the early, this week originally. I just wanted to know more about where he's from, his work. I didn't realize that he was such an incredible singer and his music was just so touching, but I was thrilled to be able to like share his work. And then I reached out to Rachel and I was like, I need to know more about you. And I also want to like interview you for my women in communication Twitter spaces, because we would like to, we always, our goal is to empower and also raise awareness about a woman who's creating an incredible times in her community. So even though we're in South Florida, I feel like we're in a global sense of who, anyone that we can help and make a difference, and we have the ability to, we should. So today we are featuring Jesse's work and his artwork that he has pinned. I'm going to go ahead and share it with everyone. So I'm going to have him tell us a little bit about himself. He's incredible, an incredible artist. I've been following him, and he's built a community, which I love. I love this more than you guys could ever imagine, and the fact that he's so genuine about his work and how he communicates with his art, but also the fact that he has an incredible angelic voice. I can't even like talk someone to you. I'm gonna share his music actually. I'm gonna hop off, but I'm gonna give him the mic so he can tell us a little bit more about himself and what inspired him to donate 30% of his proceeds to Rachel's nonprofit. But also, I want to know more about when did he get into NFT and how did he get involved, and what and how did he discover Spirit of Hope for Women of Africa? And let's talk about that, because when you think about an artist, a man who's living and doing stuff, you don't think that, oh, he's going to go out of his way and donate some of his work to empower and educate women. So I'd love to hear more about his story and his journey, and then we'll give the mic to Rachel so she can tell us what inspired her to start this nonprofit, and what can we do to help her continue on to raise more awareness of her cause. The mic is yours, Jesse.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tonya. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everybody. I am really short of words. Hope you can hear me clearly, guys. Sorry, I had to use headphone because my device is faulty. Can we all hear me?
You sound great.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I am Jesse Ameje by name, a traditional artist, and I work with paintings with acrylic oil, charcoal, and graphite. Those are my mediums. I am just a simple person. I think that's the best word I can use to describe my kind of art. And I love art so much. I'm a graduate of public administration, and I'm currently doing my master's in public administration. But yet, all I do is art. I love art so much, and I really look forward to further my studies in art because there are greater things to be done in art, and I'm still learning. I really want to become that great artist in time. So yeah, I got into the NFT space September last year. I'm still new on the NFT space. I am I got to know about it through an artist friend. I come on Twitter spaces, I see NFT, and I'm like, what is NFT? And it got me thinking. So I realized that, okay, exchanging art for value, and my friend gave me a hint on how to go about it. Okay, I minted my first work in September. In May, funnily, I minted my first work. I left it. I knew about NFT in May. Yes, not September. In May, but I didn't do anything till September when I decided to put the work up there. Then my friend came and was like, I should put more effort. It's not easy. Funnily, I sold my first NFT piece in that very September ending. So it has not been that easy for me at all. But I just know that we make the world a better place by contributing towards the goal of one another. So it was in the early period that I joined NFT space. I learned about Rachel through Matthew Binwa. Yes, hope I'm correct. I'm trying to even get him into this space. You will notice I always tag him because he is the reason we got to know about Rachel. And I realized that he is someone that has been giving so much into Rachel's foundation. And on that very day, while I was on the space, I realized that I didn't have money to give. I really wanted to support Rachel even till date. So I just asked for the mic, and everybody thought I wanted to ask questions. So I just said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 30% of my particular piece for Rachel. And I was I was surprised that by the reactions of people. I love what he said, and though the work has been there, and that's part of the reasons I've not been able to remit it, but I know that all it takes is our heart, and the art world is a competitive world. So I just have to keep grinding and keep doing me. So that is what keeps me going, really. Creating pieces of art is not easy. I tell people that every traditional artist you see works with a reference. Now we may not have two works, we may have three works, three same works because everybody wants to recreate them in their own way. You understand? We bring the visions to limelight, and that is just what art is all about. So I try to bring my artworks to tell everybody that there is hope, there is hope. And funnily, I realized that Rachel is into this. Now, this particular piece on my pin tweet, I tell people I am a woman advocate. I'm a I don't want to use the word I'm a feminist, but I believe that it is a world where whether we like it or yes, women are weaker vessels. So the best way we can help people is to give the women space in everything we do. Because sorry, there is a national word, especially here in Nigeria, we say it is a man's world. It is not their fault, it is how the creation has been. So if we don't make space for women, I believe that they may be crushed because we have so many men in this art space. We have many men in a lot of things. So the best thing I can do for me is to incorporate my artworks, to tell it, to bring them into it. Now, funnily, I have a lot of piece that I really want to come up with, but I know it will be a gradual process. It will be a gradual process for me. Yes, I've been an artist right from childhood, but I didn't, you know, as a Nigerian, there are many things we never knew. We didn't give hope life to because we didn't know it's a profession. So I started drawing from a tender age. I'm very sure from like 6 years to seven, I started drawing, but I later stopped drawing. all, all through I later stopped drawing. Then immediately after I graduated, we all know about the coronavirus. Yes, yeah, you want to say something? Okay. Should I go ahead?
No, keep going.
All right. So, during the coronavirus, now this is how art started for me. And I will tell you one funny story. This particular piece, Hamosa, I painted it during the coronavirus. I have the physical piece with me, it's still here with me. So now, I painted this from the reference. I saw the picture. I was like, what is this all about? I started studying and I realized that there is future for earth, there is future for life, there is future no matter what we are going through. During the coronavirus, a lot of us thought it was the end of the world because for the first time in history, I realized that people were not going out, people could not go to work, people could not feed. I was teaching that period, I was not paid salary. Now, I know this place is recorded. I said here, I was teaching after I graduated, I was teaching for virtually $50 a month. Yes, if you convert $50 to Nigerian currency, that's about 35,000 naira. And I was teaching for $50 a month for 3 years. Now imagine I'm living on this money and Corona came and there was no salary. This is a true life story I'm telling you. So throughout the Corona, from March till September, no salary, there was no way we could eat. And I realized that I have a talent, I have a gift, but yet I'm a singer. So within this period, what kept me going was music and my hands. So I picked up my pencils, I picked up my brush, and this was how art started for me. So since 2020 till date, I have been into art and so many pieces I really want to express myself. I really want to, but during the space, maybe we'll talk about that because there are a lot of challenges we face. But this is just how everything is for me. And coming across Rachel, I realized that you don't have to have too much to give. Most people who give don't give because they have too much. It's not true. We give because we have the heart to help one another. And this is what Hamosa is to me. It is a piece to give hope. This particular art, when you look at it, you are seeing a woman. Yes, when I saw this piece, but for me, it is not just about the woman standing there, it's about the hope inside of her. It is the life inside of her. It is the sunset inside of her. It is the joy inside of her. It is the smile. We are telling the world that in every woman there is a life. And if we must preserve the world, we must preserve the woman. And this is what this piece is for me and Rachel. I love what they are doing in Uganda. It's not easy in Africa, but we will get it right. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, Tonya, over to you.
No, I was gonna thank you. I was waiting for like I didn't know if Carlos wanted to say anything. But no, that's a beautiful story. So but you're not really talking about your gospels and your music too, I feel like that in itself is an art. And one thing nice is like, with the Web3, you can like pretty much make beats and music and add it to your art and create that into an NFT. In itself shows a lot. And then you can do three different types of NFT based on that art. You can create one in you can do one where is the yeah, you can actually make it like you can make a video of you creating it, which you do. You can make that into an NFT. You can like if it doesn't sell, you can make a video of you like burning it. That's an NFT. I mean, like the sky's the limit, and that's where we're looking at it. I think a lot of time people buy and collect something because there's a story behind that. So what we try to do is we try to show that. But what I love about this is that you're willing to donate your art, your work to a nonprofit and the proceeds. And so I'm glad that that I got Rachel to come on. I was like, you better show up here, lady. No, I'm teasing. Rachel, welcome. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. We were so excited. I think I was saying, Jesse, you got to get her on because it fits the whole story of why we need to let people know why this painting needs to, this NFT is so important and with the story behind that. So welcome, Rachel. Welcome to NFTs for a Cause. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what inspired you to start your nonprofit and welcome. And let's know what your Web3 journey is like so far.
Hi, I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. So
Oh,
I want,
Hi, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm gonna have to mute you. Right now we're actually in the middle of a show, but if you can wait the last 15 minutes, we'll give you the mic again, and then you can ask us some more questions. But I want to go ahead and finish this, so I'm gonna
No,
go
this
ahead
is
and
not
remove.
fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes, we'll be back. We'll bring you right back up. I promise. So, Rachel, tell us a little about yourself, and welcome to NFTs for a Cause.
Thank you. Hi, once again. Uh, my name is Rachel, and I am the CEO Spirit of Hope for Women Africa. It's a non-profit organization that's been running for 5 years now, and we started small, and now we're just getting there slowly by slowly. What we do mostly is to empower girls in different ways. Um, we do make the reusable sanitary pads, uh, and also encourage girls. There are many cases that you find girls that are pregnant, girls that are raped. So we find ways of helping those girls. And like in Africa, it's more like we have a problem of um, period poverty. That's why we came up with making the reusable pads, the washable pads. So we make these pads using the sewing machines with our hands and distribute them in different villages and help many girls that are in need, because many girls cannot afford buying these sanitary pads. It's a nature thing. It's every month. Every month you have to go through your menses when you're a woman. So some people can't afford buying these needs, and you find that many girls are missing school because of these problems. Some girls are used by men because they don't have the money. They want to get the money to afford these needs. So we try to make sure that every girl can at least stop passing through that, because it's not our problem. It's just natural. It's not a problem. We just want to make them feel like it's okay. Everyone go through it. So that's what we do. Right now, I have over 10 girls I live with, because every year I get different girls that I live with, because I get them from different areas. You find that some are just not home, some just ran away from home, some want to get into early marriages, some are forced to marry just because of these problems, because parents cannot afford like taking care of them. So I bring them over and I teach them how to make different things like making bags, sewing, so they can start life slowly by slowly. I've been helped by Matthew. He adopted me, he's my dad, and we've been doing this over years now. So we're running this, and I've been getting some help from different people on Twitter, on Facebook, because we need to buy materials like materials to make the reusable sanitary pads and the sewing machines too, and many other things, paying rent, food for these people. So that's how we move on with life. That's what we majorly do here in Uganda. I got inspired to do this project because of my life experience. Um, I was in school, and my I don't have my parents. That's why I got Matthew as my parent. He got to educate me, to provide me with some support in my high school. So I had a lot of challenge in my high school. I'm a girl who didn't have these needs. Yeah, I'm a girl who didn't have these needs at school. When you're bullied in high school, using pieces of clothes during your menses. So I passed through a tough time. That's why I was like, no girl should go through what I went through. That's why I need to do something. I need to make a change in this world so that we can improve. We can feel like we're girls. We can feel our pride to be girls. So I was used by many men because I wanted money to afford buying knickers for myself, buying the parts every month. So this this situation, I just don't want to think about it because it touches me so much. So I'm proudly doing what I do because I know what other girls go through when they lack these sanitary needs. So when I find a girl lacking the sanitary needs, I just know what they're going through. That's why I want to be of much help. That's why if I get more people to support us, we can do much more. Because for the last years, we've been able to reach out to about 1,050, yeah, 50 girls in different areas, giving them sanitary pads for free, and they really appreciate. We also help them with different things. So I know we can keep going. We can do much more because many, many girls I need. Yes, thank you.
So I just kind of want to give. We missed that. Like I want to actually read this out, but let's let our listener know a little bit who Spirit of Hope for Women Africa is a registered nonprofit organization that realizes the significance of a positive influence on children and the development of society. It was established in 2018 as a community-based project that was extending its service in the rural Wakiso. The project is operating with a vision of uplifting and supporting the girl child majorly during the menstruation periods, educating the young generation and making sure children acquire skills for life development and survival. So you get more information by going to SOHFWA.com. So I just want to make sure we have that in recording. So when I cut up the snippets, I want to be able to share that for you too. And we make sure we all lead back to this because this is really also sharing your story and a fundraiser to help you and raise some more awareness for people to donate and be part of your community too. So Jesse, how's your NFT project going? How's it going? How's your journey going?
Yeah, Tanya, really, it has not been easy, but the beautiful thing is persistence, and to get your collectors is not easy, but as a new person on the NFT space, one of the beautiful things is you keep coming into spaces, you keep shilling your works, hoping to get that collector. So it's a beautiful thing, in as much as the sales like it's not coming as it should, but we just have to keep creating, and it's part of the thing that's a challenge on the NFT space because as an artist, I'm not only supposed to be creating, I'm supposed to be collecting because I love other works of other artists. And that is how we can balance the system. But on the NFT space, really, I don't want to say there are many collectors, but how do you get to reach out to them to keep grinding? It's really not easy. I was out of the NFT space for 3 months, November, December, and January. I just came back online because I know I shouldn't. I know I'm live, but I was not having a device for from November till January. My device was bad, so I just got my device, and so within these 3 months, it cost me a lot because I went offline when I started creating relationship with people. But I'm glad I'm back online. I just came back online first week of February, and I'm grinding as I can. I just bought some art materials, so very soon in the next few weeks or yes, because as I said, a traditional artist takes time to create their works. I'm not using a digital artwork here. Whatever piece you give to me, I need to create it with my hands. I work with my materials. So I just got some materials which I should be creating more works, hopefully. So any moment from now, in the next 3 weeks, or a month, I should be uploading more works on the NFT space, which is a plus on every artist on the NFT space. We don't have to wait till we make sale, but we just have to source for resources where we can get our materials and create as much as we can. Beautiful, unique pieces. And that is what I decided from now on. I don't want to create works, just references. I want every work to be unique. And I'm a one of one artist on the NFT space. And most people prefer editions of late, maybe because of cost, I don't know, or the Ethereum value or Tezos, but whatever it is, I know that I'll keep grinding as I can. And the other time, sorry, you asked a question about my musical life. Yeah, that's one part of me I love so much. I
Before you
don't just
answer that, this piece you have right here, it is not just a piece of painting, but it's something you can wear. I mean, look at that piece. I mean, somebody owns this piece. They own the rights to it, right? Is that how you're having it written up? Is it on OpenSea or where do you have it at? Because like this
yeah,
is like t-shirt, hats, purses, phone cases, restaurant. I mean, like the sky's the limit, and that's where I love about NFT. A lot of people don't quite get understand it, but you tell them like this is what you can do with it. I've seen like the bored apes. This one kid got like a restaurant. He opened a restaurant in LA with he spent all his money on this one bored ape, and he made a restaurant out of it, and that's doing really well. And so I think there's such as like every pieces that people meant that they own. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to like just get stuff printed up, give it to my friends, and if they ask me about it, I said, it's an NFT. I own it, so I can print whatever I want. So here. I just think that piece is beautiful,
actually,
by the way.
you are very correct. You are right, and that's one of the beautiful things about every piece on NFT. And just as you said, I have a particular piece I don't intend selling at all because of what you just said. I want to use it for a clothing line. Of course, this particular piece, whoever owns it, you're free to do anything you want to do with it. And what I'm even looking out for, I'm looking out for scenes where I will give you pieces that are fully yours. Whatever you want to do, you are free. And that's the beautiful thing about the NFT space, as you just said. It's not just about the picture. The printing press can print it on the shirt. We just did it last 2 months. I tried getting him up here. He's an artist. His work, he used it to make his shirt, and this makes the work very unique, very very unique. You cannot see somebody having such a shirt. It's just you. It's just you because the work is yours. Whatever you want to do with it is up to you, and that is one of the things I look forward to. Yes, you are right, Tony.
See, in South Florida, that's the kind of stuff that we like to walk around in, that we'll pay hundreds of dollars for. I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm like beach towel. No, people pay a lot of money
Wow.
down there. T-shirts are like not like $10 t-shirts in where I'm at. Anything, the brighter the color, the more red, the more vivid, more design. And if you look at it, it's all such an illusion in art itself that I just think that the sky's the limit on what you want to do. And I love the fact that you painted and you signed your name and like I said, I really research your work. So let's talk about your music, and then I want to continue on the conversation again because I think we also let Rachel share some of her stuff if she's done any other NFT projects with any other artists. But tell us, Jesse, before I give Rachel the mic, tell us about your music and how's it going and what are you planning to do? Because you got an incredible voice and you really like. Are you a preacher?
In a way, I'm not really. I'm a preacher. I think every man on that, everybody in the gospel music is a preacher. That's the truth. Yes, because I'm using my voice for the gospel, and all my songs. I have some songs I wrote down, but it's not easy as I just said. So the biggest plan for me right now is as God leads. I don't want to say anything ambiguous. One of the beautiful things about gospel music is you don't sing because you have a voice. Yes, you sing because He leads you. I am someone who so believes in the leadings of God. Yeah. So, and one of the biggest plan I have for my music this year, you said something the other time that I smiled. I just minted my song last month. It's no early this February for the first time. I just minted my song on NFT. It's on OpenSea. It's there. I just minted it, and I just did 50. I just did 50 of it for I think $10 each. Yes, and is it $10 or $9? I think so for each of it. So I asked questions how it was done because seriously, I'm new on the NFT space, and I am open to offers. Whatever you want to offer for the song, I can bring it down as long as you really need it. I'm not always about money, 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 as I said, and I'm believing that.
Let me explain to you about the music NFT aspect of it, because you can actually take that back, cut it all up, and add it your music to your pictures that you're creating, and you probably can get more than just the song, one song by it is. If you cut up the song in little snippets, because that snippets is the thing, like 15 seconds, 17-second, whatever, you can create a lot. You can do even with the words, without the words, but it's a takes a little longer, but you'll have a pretty good size amount of pieces that people can collect from. And again, people collect them from people that they believe in, that they trust, that they want to do well, and they want. And I think if you cut it up in snippets on certain words and add your painting to it, it'd be an incredible project for you, and it gives you more. It will give your pieces more value. I mean, that's the whole thing about the Web3. It's the creator that owns all this, but also is the creator is how they let their their followers or their collectors see different pieces. And so I just see it when I saw it, I was just like, why is this not together with his artwork? Why is it not telling, like, your artwork tells a story, and if you can add your music to your artwork to like that, just even like a 15-second, 17-second, you can create some really, really beautiful pieces, and people will collect it. I've seen people take simple old songs and then they add different pictures, and then they add a little filter, they add a little this and that to it, and then they just, like I said, you can revamp a lot of things, and you got the product. So I think you
Wow.
should take it all down and redo it and add your videos of your music, the videos that you're creating. You should add your music to it.
Well, I will really do that. I will do that. I have a piece right now. I am yet to meet. I just have it. I left it. So maybe when I'm minting it on OpenSea, not maybe, I will do it. I will include the song to it. I will. Maybe just 10 seconds part of the song. I'll add it to the piece. And when I do it, I'm going to let you know. I'll surely do it. Thank you for the eye opening. You see, we learn every day on the NFT space. Really, it's not easy. It's not as if there was someone who taught us what to do. We just came on board and started learning on the job, really. And I'm very grateful, very, very. And hopefully this year, I know it, I'm going to have my very first concert. I will. I will do my concert this year because there are many things to be done in the musical world for me, and I have not even
Or you
started.
can do a concert in the metaverse, a gospel concert in the metaverse, and then they can actually live stream it into the real live concert, because that's what they're doing. I mean, like, this big is believe it or not, gospel. I was in shock too, but then I saw these people dressed up and it's so beautiful. I'm kind of like, and the energy, like you can see it in the space. So I think it's really important, especially now. People need that. Music would always bring a community together. And I think that, sometimes we need some really good music to bring us together and remember where we're from, right? And I think that's the key too. So we'll talk some more. But I think, that I think you can do this. I really think that you should be opening up or having your own concert. This is like, I mean, let me pin your music up here. I actually was looking at it. So, Rachel, tell us about, are you working with any other NFT artists? Have you worked with the Giving Block or anyone like that? There's so many opportunities that I've heard, so many different projects that I as a child, I actually did a space about my life, like I let someone interview me, and I did make a comment that sometime when I was young, we were very poor, like coming to America, was very poor, but I had this whole attitude of entitlement. I never really had belief in, like, I felt like I was deserved better, like I was entitled. Well, really, at the end of the day, you don't entitle anything in America. You got to pay taxes and you die. So that's something. But what you can do is learn to be nice and kind to people, and have empathy, right? And I grew up feeling like I was entitled until like I got older and I had to go through a lot of stuff and experience a lot of stuff to have so much empathy for the world. And what the stories you just told me, I cannot imagine as something that we take it for granted over here, that we feel that empower, like that's like a lot, that's the beginning of a womanhood, right? And that's something that we all remember as a woman. And the fact that if something that should be given to us, like we think we're living like, but it is a Henderson still all over the world, because my mom would tell me her story, what she had to go endure and all these different things. And I myself right now, who's past my menopausal, I wish I was enduring something like that, but I'm not. But then I appreciate more because of where I came from. So I do understand what you're experiencing. So I'm kind of curious, are you working with other like Web3? There's a huge women in Web3 community. Are you doing anything with that? Um, Again, I wanted to invite you to my Women in Communication Empower Yourself Monday. We can do it the following week in March something, because we do, like, there's an International Women's Month also, so I can have you come on. So, and Women in Communication has been around since 1909, my national chapter. So we'd love to do an International Women's Day and have you be one of our women that we feature. That is March 8th is International Women's Day, I think. So what we could do is, I think, is it that Monday? Hold on. I think that Monday is March 7th. But one of those, that Monday, I'd like for you to be part of it. And we'll feature you, tell your story, have a link, it'll be part of our media blitz. Because I think besides just featuring the South Florida women, we'd like to be able to show it is International Women's, Day. So we'd like, I think it's the International Women's Month, but it's also International Women's Day. I got to get that right because it's March 8th. I know that. And it's a thing that we used to like watch movies and talk about different things. But I think I'd like to like have you be on it, have some other nonprofit that I know would love to be part of this too. And then, just have a conversation about what we can do as a global movement for women, and young girls, because it's what we see as a privileged over here. Sometimes I feel, we talk about a lot about privilege and what's going on in this world, but we do live in a life where we don't think about the other mankind sometimes. What we do more than ever now, but just to hear what's actually happening, it's so empowering and it's so important to share that knowledge. So, Rachel, so please say yes to what my invite for Women in Communication for, which is next month, for our International Women's Month. But the day that we're doing is it's March 7th or March 8th. And then tell us a bit more about your organization, and also if anyone's working with you in the Web3. Do you need any introduction? I really feel like the more conversation we can create, the more stories we can share about what you're doing, I think the more lives we can save. So can you tell us about more of anything you're doing today?
Well, about NFT, I'm not so like I don't know much about NFT, but my dad Matthew does, because he's trying to help me understand more about it. I was in some spaces before last year, and there is a group called Women Intense. There is a lady who helped buy us a cutting machine. She's called Dr. BN. So I don't I don't know much about NFT, and I don't think I'm working with any other group, but it's that lady that has ever been so much interested in what we do. It's she's from Women Intense. I don't know if you know about that group.
No, I don't actually. Sometimes, like, I have been so focused on just building and creating content and just helping so many people. I really don't. That's why I always look for new people. So, there was this group called Women Web3 that had a conference. So we had them on, and then we did a lot of media promo. I mean, like again, when I do anything that I do, I like to live stream it, because we've been doing this for a long time now, and we just want to continue the conversation. So anytime we hear about anything new, we hear from someone else, we always reach out. So if you let me know, I would love to reach out to her too, and have them come on, because again, we're women in communication. So In 2008, we embraced social media, and we'd say social media and communications. And now we're bringing Web3. Last year we did a space on women in NFT space, and then my national chapter did one too. We did social audio, talking about Twitter Spaces. I've been on Twitter Spaces since February of 2021 and sitting in NFT. So those are the kind of stuff that we talk about, the conversation. But the main goal is we all have together is women empowerment, and just really empowerment in itself. Because I think we can say women, yes, we are mostly are things about women too, but I feel like men need empowerment too. I think it just people in general need empowerment and hope. I mean, really, but that's what's going on, right? I feel like we all need it. Don't matter, and the more we can raise each other up, and the more we can help each other, it's important. But yeah, I look forward to getting to know more. Just anytime you hear anything, let me know. And also, I'm a publisher, so we publish a lot too. So we write up a lot of different things, and we like to get information and getting the communication going and the conversations. So I'm actually the good news is I want to announce maybe we can do something together. I'm building my own metaverse for education. So we're finishing up with the platform. It's actually we built it so that we can take it from one platform to another. So right now we're only going to go in with Spatio because I already have it set up. It's really I can hold 50 people in per environment. The environment I have is for 100 people. It's actually a digital copy of the Marriott in Palm Beach, Florida, and I had it for a client. We had 100 people. It had a bar, had 2 tables of tens, and it was a really cool time because no one really thought about creating something like that. So now once I'm done, I'm going to be able to rent it out or even run it and have people hire me to create an education. So it's like going into your own metaverse. So it'd be kind of neat. So like anyone that wants to do a class, so we're going to be using it for my women in communication stuff. Instead of sitting in front of a Zoom listening to a webinar, we're going to have you create an avatar. You can use your phone, your desktop, your anything. People don't need to see your face or anything. They can hear your voice if you want. You turn it on, but you'll be part of the avatar. You get to see everything, and you can walk through a space, and you get to sit down and talk and learn, and people from all over the world. And I want to put it all out for educators. So like even this, I think it's important for students to understand what NFTs are. I think my business in general, starting a metaverse construction company, was unheard. It's kind of weird until I show it to people, the copy of the actual one that we're doing right now. They can't believe it, but now when we launch it this week, I'm able to start booking classes and stuff. So Rachel, you and I might be working together quite a bit actually, because I want to do empower yourself. Like conferences, because we used to do it. I took that idea and used it for women communication, where we feature 8 women in one day, and it'd be a whole day event. And it's kind of like a luncheon, and each woman really have just 8 minutes, and they tell their story, and then they do Q&A. It's like a TED talk. So, but I'm gonna do it on the metaverse, so where I can get more women from all over the world getting together. And yes, we're not gonna be eating this. We're gonna look like we're eating the same food because I'll have that food, like pretty much floating around. But the whole idea is to have people get together and hear each other's story and celebrate. But it's gonna call Empower Yourself. I have the website built already. I like the weirdest thing is I built this in 2020, before the pandemic. I was talking about doing something, but I didn't want to do it and I wanted to do it so that just everybody from all over the world can be part of it. And I was already talking to people before even the first shutdown happened. I was already planning this already. I got all this. And now I just kind of like, instead of launching, I'm going to be bringing it into my own metaverse, my own, like everything. I got everything. So if I wanted to, I could do an in-person one and then have it streamed also for people in the metaverse. But I think I'm gonna do more. The first few, just bringing women from all over the world, telling their story, and everyone's story is different. I don't care. It's not about like, oh look, she has 10 million followers. It's more like, wow, Tanya believed in my story and she wants to know more about it. She thinks her followers and other people's followers want to know. So that's where I feel like the more people we can get together to know more about each other and be part of each other's conversation. And have this like empathy for one another. I'm not talking about sympathy. I don't care about sympathy. Sympathy is just empathy. When you have empathy for each other and understand each other what's going through, I think we would have a much better place. And so, Rachel, I hope that answered your question. That'd be so cool to like help you as much as I can because I'm part of this I kind of like adopted her. I gave her this link. I hope she's listening. Her name is Marguerite. Margarita, actually, she is. She actually started out at first as a client. She had a website and it's Foundation for the Disabled.com. And she was like, she had one. They were doing something in Nigeria, and she wasn't really. She didn't have the people over there in place. So we went ahead and I just redid her website. I'm redoing it again because I didn't like it because I got like now I have a whole team that does all my building for me. So we're redoing her website. We're actually gonna like make a metaverse of her built. She had this building that she paid a lot of money for people to like because she wants to build like a big center. Originally it's supposed to be in Nigeria. That's what she was hoping to do. But she had it all the CAD scan, all the file, everything. And I wanted so I said, I'm gonna build it for her in the metaverse. Like it's gonna take us a while. We're gonna build little pieces at a time. But I think where once we can build some pieces like a metaverse where people can get together and kind of like learn more about her vision and stuff, then we can bring people from all over the world and learn about it. And then you can raise money, donate, because I think a lot of time you can sit there and say, I want to build this whole new school wing. But then people are like, well, how do we know you're actually going to do it, right? Or how do we know? But if you are able to get like some people to donate and spend some time and build the actual duplicate of the wing you want it to be, and then you raise money around it by having events in that wing, right? Are you guys following me? This sounds so weird, but someone was trying to understand that, and I'm like, yeah, it's like tell people it's like going to a video game party. They're just part of the video game. They go there. We do like silent auction like we do in the real life, right? You get people have to, they donate to your cause. They donate to go to your events. So it's also, if it's a nonprofit, then it's a donation to your location. And then they can like get swags. You can get people to donate. You can get sell tables. And it's another second item that you can raise more money for your nonprofit and raise more awareness and get more conversation. And then this way, it like people will donate and give based on something that they see and feel. Jesse's like, but do you think that would? I think that's where metaverse and all this whole thing will come into place when
And
people get
I
it.
am honestly, I'm touched. Listening to your plans, listening to what you want to do. One of the greatest things I know in life, they say little droplets will make an ocean. Nobody gets there at once. Where you just said, really, it's heartwarming for me. It's not about sympathy, it's empathy that drives men to do greater things. And my happiness is, I'm really, really happy, Tonya. I'm glad Rachel is here, and I don't know you from Adam. I just met you through Sir Matthew. He's somebody we love and respect so much because he also, I believe, he has a project coming up soon, but it's not about his project. I just love him as a person. You are very free to tell him that as his daughter. My happiness is I will really like you and Tonya to even work with what Tonya is saying. It's going to really help you. I know how I've not been in Uganda, I'm in Nigeria, but I know how the life is there because listening to you, it's not easy. I am not going to say what I don't know. Truly, Africa, there's a lot of hardship, there's a lot of struggle, but we are getting there. We've
But
got a lot of,
the thing is, you can't save everybody, right? Here's the goal: when the plane goes
yes,
down, you don't run around trying to put the air oxygen mask on people, right? Because
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
gonna make
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
you gotta put the
yeah.
oxygen mask on yourself. So I share these stories not for me to like say, oh, I can do this. More of like give you guys ideas that this can be done for you. Like this can be done like, for your project, for your organization, Rachel, for what you're trying to do. Because the more I was looking at your website and the things you're doing, and it kind of like aligned to what I'm helping Margarita about. But I think sometimes you just have to have somebody come along and say, hey, why don't you look at it this way? And because when people give, they give most of the time when they have a lot of connection. But wait, when you're able to provide the story and what your vision is, and be able to have it in a way that they understand. And it sounds crazy, but we're living in a time with the technology that people would love this kind of social goods. It's really good, actually. This is a great story.
You're right. Yeah, very true, very true, very true, and deep, deep. From beginning of what you said, you can't save everybody. They should you put it on yourself first, and this is what you're doing. You see, lifting us up, we are coming to know that when you save one man, that one man should be able to save another. And at the end of the day, you realize that you started a cause. And I don't take it for granted. And that is why I'm so glad you are saying this. And I'm glad that the relationship is not going to just end here, because it may not just be, it's not a thing of one day. And that is why I'm saying I'm very grateful, and I will really look forward to Rachel becoming happy and being a source for other people too. And that's the beauty of life. We'll keep grinding, we'll keep becoming better every day.
Oh, I'm so excited. 702 Carlos. I'm like, Carlos, are you there? Carlos in Venezuela, by the way. Um, I don't know if I got a DM earlier that he's having bad signals.
It's possible that's having bad signals. Mr. Carlos.
So let's try to help you with sell this one beautiful piece. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have been promoting NFT projects mostly for a cause, but I don't own any NFTs. I don't go buy any art. I'm doing actually the sums that I have. Some I don't even know what I got in there because I haven't opened up my wallet. But I got one from the Social Bees when they first started. They were one of our guests and one of our first second guests, I think. And then and then I got another one. So like I really don't collect, but I'm more of the understanding of the connection of people. So I studied that in another way on how people communicate. And I just think NFT and the music and the art and people in the community. Jesse, I think you're doing a great job building your community. You're constant posting, you're constant sharing, and it's wonderful. And you're always in spaces and helping sharing other people's project. I think that's fantastic. And then we have Rachel here today, and I appreciate you guys. It's 7:03. I think I was hoping Carlos would pop in, but Rachel, I didn't even get a chance to let you talk too much. But do you have any closing thoughts? And Vicky, do you want to join in with us? She's been such a great she should be our producer actually. She's so good. She's out here tweeting for us and like helping us. And again, this is like our studio audience. We really don't do anything until we finish cleaning it all up. Then I start running ads on YouTube. But eventually, what we do is we cut everything in snippets. And I'm a blogger, so we try to like create some blogging and create more stories for our clients. And my clients love the constant stories that I put out, but then I do these volunteer work, which I do NFTs for a cause. And we did one last year for Melina. She's this young lady who was donating her doves. Actually, she did on the 27th, so it would have been 1 year celebration. I was gonna tweet it out, but I have a full copy file of it. And she did her doves, and then now she went on to like start hosting her own Twitter Spaces and helping people and working projects with other artists, young artists. And so again, Jesse, I hope that you start hosting your spaces and creating awareness and getting together and creating other different things together. And Rachel, let's go ahead and let's have you start because we just kind of like took over. But why don't you give us some final thoughts? And if you're interested in doing something with women communication, please. Um, well, I think you say yes, but I'm not sure yet. But I think I want to do it on for our International Women's Day celebration on
Sure.
Monday.
Yeah. And I'm glad to connect with you.
So tell us any final thoughts. How can we get a hold of you? Any updates on any projects that you're doing that you need help in? Anything that you need people to retweet or share? Please pin it. I'll go ahead and retweet it to let people know that you're part of our conversation.
Well, I'm going to post and pin a tweet. And what I want to do, like what I want is to connect with you more, and I get to know more people, and we see how we can do much more to help more girls.
Did you pin up the tweet? Let me go ahead and look. I
No,
want
no,
to.
it's not there. I'm just going to pin it in the morning.
Okay.
It's midnight here. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you got to go to bed, young lady. I got to go to bed just thinking about you not going to bed. My goodness, I'm sorry about that. Jesse, go ahead. Can we go ahead and close out this space? You have any final words?
Yeah, I am so grateful, Tonya. Carlos and Vic, Rachel. One of the beautiful things about life is love. And my final words will just be let's keep loving as we can and keep being real. Tonya, you are really genuine. Just meeting you a few days and all this, I don't take it for granted. And if the whole world can hear me, my biggest happiness tonight is I just met a genuine person and I'm grateful. Yeah, before the space, I told myself that even if I don't get to feel this peace today, whenever it is, it's not about this peace, it's about the connection. I'm glad and I'm grateful for the connection we've shared today and the awareness we have with the world at large. So I'm just going to tell the world expect more pieces coming from me, and every piece going to come from me. I'm telling you from now on, they will just be so unique. I'm working on it and I'm sourcing for funds as I can so that every piece will be so unique. I'm not even talking about Hamosa. I'm talking of every other piece that will be coming after this will be creations of my own. You cannot find them anywhere. They'll be very unique that it will just be only JC Praise Art that created them. Thank you so much, Tonya. Thank you, everybody. I'm grateful.
No, thank you. I'm trying to get a hold of my co-host. He's in Venezuela. I should have he the signals are 1 minute's good, 1 minute's not, but we're thrilled and thank you for coming to share us your art, your music, and I am looking forward to seeing more. And again, I'd love to see more music and artwork mixed together, entwined, and I feel like your success will be our success, and vice versa. And again, thank you everyone for being here, and we'll be back next Sunday. And we will again. I'm like just in awe of how many shows we've done and the amount of content recording. I didn't realize I had so many. But I will be sharing that out. And again, Rachel, thank you. I look forward to hearing and having you be part of our conversation for International Women's Day in March. And Jesse, thank you so much. And Vicky, thank you for all your support. I appreciate all your emojis and your retweeting and sharing and being my producer. And again, everyone, have a great day. And we will be back. And I'm going to use this. This is my favorite part, by the way. Bye, everyone.